Did you know that during the 1980s, something fascinating happened that perfectly illustrates the concept of the false cause fallacy? Back then, some parents and educators believed that listening to heavy metal music could cause teenagers to engage in violent or criminal behavior. This belief was not supported by scientific evidence, but it led to widespread controversy and even censorship. This is an example of the false cause fallacy, a cognitive bias where people mistakenly attribute one event as the cause of another simply because they're correlated. Hey rational rebels! Welcome to the arena of reason, the very place we train our minds to spot cognitive pitfalls. This is Chris from Critical Conditioning, where we strive for cognitive precision and free our minds from that mental prison. Today, we're exploring the false cause fallacy, a fallacy that occurs when someone incorrectly asserts a causal relationship between two events or factors without sufficient evidence. We'll delve into the psychology behind this fallacy and how it can lead to misguided beliefs and decision-making. Before we delve into this intriguing topic, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the notification bell to stay updated with our mind-strengthening content. If you find our podcast valuable, consider supporting us through PayPal using the link in the description. Your support helps us continue our mission of promoting rational thinking. Also, please share this episode with someone you know who might be interested in understanding the false cause fallacy. Supercharge your mind, hit subscribe, don't be left behind. Let's get started. Now, let's dive into some studies that have been conducted on the false cause fallacy. One study published in the journal Informal Logic examined the historical origins of the false cause fallacy in the context of science and medicine. The study found that the fallacy has been a prominent concern in these fields since at least the 17th century, when scientists began to formalize the scientific method and recognize the importance of empirical evidence in establishing causal relationships. Another study was published in the Journal of Experimental Psychology. It generally investigated the false cause fallacy in the context of illusory correlations. The study found that people are more likely to perceive a causal relationship between two events when those events are infrequent or unusual, even if there is no actual causal relationship. For example, people may falsely believe that wearing a lucky shirt causes a team to win a game, simply because the team has only won when the shirt is worn. Another study published in the journal Applied Cognitive Psychology examined the false cause fallacy in the context of advertising. The study found that people are more likely to be influenced by advertising claims that use a false cause fallacy, such as claiming that a product can cure a disease without any scientific evidence to support the claim. This suggests that advertisers may use the false cause fallacy as a way to persuade people to buy their products, even if the claims are not supported by evidence. You might be surprised to find that the false cause fallacy pops up in many familiar situations. Here are 10 real-world examples that you might recognize. 1. Believing that carrying an umbrella causes rain, just because it often rains when you have an umbrella with you. 2. Thinking that wearing a certain outfit brings good luck, simply because you've had a few successful days while wearing it. 3. Assuming that a sports team wins because of a particular ritual or superstition, rather than their skill and preparation. 4. Believing that eating chocolate causes acne, even though there's no scientific evidence to support this claim. 5. Thinking that crime rates increase during a full moon, when in reality, there's no proven connection between the two. 6. Assuming that waking up with a headache means you'll have a bad day, even though there's no causal relationship between the two events. 7. Believing that your favorite political party improves the economy, just because the economy has improved during their time in office. 8. Thinking that a particular job or career path will guarantee success, without considering individual skills and abilities. 9. Assuming that a certain political leader or ideology is responsible for all social or economic problems, without considering other factors and complexities. 10. Believing that a certain technology or gadget will solve all problems, without considering potential drawbacks, costs, and limitations. As you can see, the false cause fallacy can lead us to make some pretty wild assumptions. So, who's most at risk of falling for this cognitive bias? Interestingly, studies show that age, income, gender, and geographical location don't seem to have an impact on people's likelihood of falling for the false cause fallacy. However, two personality traits that do have an impact are impulsivity and the tendency to jump to conclusions. These traits can make someone way more likely to fall victim to the false cause fallacy. Now that you're aware of the false cause fallacy and its potential impact on your thinking, let's talk about some tips for spotting it and avoiding falling victim to it. 1. Always consider alternative explanations. When you notice a correlation between two events, take a step back and consider other factors that could be at play. For example, could there be a third variable that's causing both events to occur? 2. Look for actual evidence of causation. Just because two events are correlated, it doesn't mean that one causes the other. Look for evidence that supports a causal relationship before jumping to conclusions. However, keep in mind that sometimes correlation can indicate causation, which is a super common pitfall. 3. Be aware of your own biases. Recognize that you might be more likely to see false causes when you have an emotional attachment to the events in question. Try to approach situations with a critical and objective mindset. 4. Seek out expert opinions. If you're unsure whether a cause and effect relationship exists, consult experts in the field to get their perspective. They can often provide valuable insights and help you avoid falling for the false cause fallacy. 5. Educate yourself. The more knowledgeable you are about a subject, the better equipped you'll be to recognize false cause fallacies. Stay informed, get information from all sources and continue learning to improve your critical thinking skills. Remember, the key to overcoming the false cause fallacy is awareness and critical thinking. By keeping these tips in mind and questioning the relationships between events, you'll be better equipped to make informed decisions and avoid falling prey to this common dangerous cognitive bias. So, rational rebels, what are your thoughts on this fallacy? Have you or someone you know experienced a similar situation? Share your perspective with the community and in the comments below. Your support is incredibly valuable to us. If you can, please consider making a donation through the PayPal link in the description. Every contribution helps us continue creating content that promotes critical thinking. Thank you for being a part of our mission. Keep your mind sharp, raise your banner with a like, enlist and subscribe to become a rational rebel alike, avoiding all the pitfalls that may come your way. This is Chris from Critical Conditioning, signing off for today.